You are now listening to a new episode of Man ShutUp. I am Wally World. Check this out. Season 3, Episode 2. I think we're starting to get this thing rolling. So we ain't got time to waste. And the title of this one is Ancestry Me. Yeah, I ain't even trying to support. I ain't trying to get them any type of shine or promotion. This is deeper than what you think I'm about to go to. A lot of you want to say, yeah, you know me, I'm Indian and black, I'm German and this, and I'm just straight up nigga. Okay? But that's not what we're here for. What I want to talk about is how your ancestors and your past folk has made you to be exactly who you are, to be exactly where you are in your life. That's right. We're going to make this very, very easy peasy, okay? Because I'm going to go ahead and we're going to just go back a generation. So now let's just think about you. For the ones who have children, you have a generation before you, which is your mother. And a generation after you, hopefully they are your children or your kids currently. I want you, for the ones who have children, I want you to look at your children or think about your children if they're not around you right now and say, what does that child have that resembles me? Not what you think, but what you know. Then I'm going to give you a second. Just give me a second. Some of you say the child looks exactly like me. For the others, you're saying, boy, they sure do got that attitude to me. For others, they saying, you know what, smart, just like me. For others, they some fighters, just like me. You cannot get past the DNA. Okay? We understand that, right? Now let's go before you. Let's go to mommy and daddy. Think about the same thing I just said. What did you get from your mother and your father? If they were around for you to see what you got. Now think about that. Some of you are saying the exact same things that you said to your children or about your children. Okay? Now let's get a little deeper than that. Your grandmother, your grandfather did the same thing to your mother, and on and so on and so forth, right? Here's the next question I want to ask you. What did you instill in order to break the chain of what's already been created? Did you put something in their life that you learned along the way that maybe somebody in your past didn't learn, so then your lineage in the future could move a little smoother? That's the purpose of life. Not already what we already knew. Yeah, we already knew you were gonna have that good hair, sis, because your daddy got good hair, sis, and your grandmama got good hair, sis. We already knew. Some of y'all got one side of your head with that good hair, and the front you got nigga. Matter of fact, that's like me. So you understand that even both parents can give you 2 grades of hair. We already knew this. This was no rocket science. But what did you do that you learned throughout the time to be able to break the chain? That's the most difficult part in the process. This is where life is. This is like the atoms of life. That's the meat and the potatoes. Some of you are doing the exact same thing, moving the exact same way of your mother and your father. Didn't learn anything, didn't change anything, because it's like a religion. It's like it just moves on. Whatever it is so. Some of you are exactly like your father. Nothing changed. Some of you are exactly like your mother. Ain't a damn thing changed. See, whenever you had to start having those uncomfortable conversations, this is when life comes in, because you are showing that you learned something, and you are now regurgitating it back to the people behind you that didn't learn it. So it's going to be a difficult conversation. You're going to have fallouts. You're going to have agrees and disagreements. But if they are the right parents, then they would agree with you, because the whole goal is to what? Bring something new to change the narrative of the lineage. This is the reason why I don't get upset when I hear people say, well, my mom and daddy and them, you know, they argue with me back and forth. They're supposed to. Does that make sense? But at the same time, they're supposed to understand what the conversation is for. A lot of the times, you will find out that people before you are happy for you not to advance. That's what I'm getting at. Ooh, see, it started to, you're like, where are we going here? See, sometimes it's the people that's behind you that do not want you to advance, even though the lineage says you're moving forward in the process. I'll give you an example, just a small one. You know how you can sit right here, right now, and you know more things about computers than your mom and daddy do. So instead of them sitting there saying, you know what, it's supposed to be this way, even though it's something different, I should sit here and want to learn it from my young. They'll rather say, nah, you know what, that ain't what I did, that ain't what I'm doing, and ain't what I'm going to do now. Even though the world is going to technology, they'll rather still be writing letters instead of typing, knowing that their percentage is getting real slim with that. Ain't nobody waiting on letters, Mom. Ain't nobody even going to mailboxes these days, Mom. Everything is paperless, Mom. They don't give a fuck. Dad, ain't nobody got time to be using that phone where you got to rotate your finger to call somebody. We got phones now, we just say their name, the name just pops up and it calls for us. You do know that, right? But then they'll sit there and say, I don't give a damn about none of that. I'm still going to do my rotating phone. But then what happens if you have an emergency? We got to wait 13 seconds before you can get somebody on the line. You willing to be that stubborn instead of trying to advance and understanding what this advancement is? Now, look what happens. You end up doing the same thing to the kids. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Hold up. I think y'all understanding what I'm trying to get at here. You start doing the same thing to your kids because you want your kids to be a thug just like you. Uh-oh. You want your daughter to pop that ass just like you. You're hurting the children. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Hold on. Am I doing too much in 7 minutes? You want your child to be just like you. You know what? It is so many people that are upset that you got a relationship that maybe your parents never seen before. Oh shit, hold up. Hold up, I think I'm going somewhere. Some parents are mad because you going to college or you went to college and they didn't get a chance to because they had you. Oh shit. Wait a minute. I might be digging too deep. Because you got those new cars outside and your mama had to get on the bus. You might be even hating on that your daddy had millions of kids and you decided not to be the next one on that chain list and said, you know what, I'm going to change the narrative because I realized that you having a million kids did not help me at all because I was the one that was not getting what I needed. Whoa. So your parenting skills is automatically going to be different because it's supposed to. They don't understand why you won't feed your kid this, but then they'll say, you know what? But when they come over here, they gonna eat it. But that, see that now you're battling for the wrong reasons. It shows that they don't even respect your parenting skills, which means they don't even respect your choice making, which means we got a big ass problem. Ancestry, right? Most times you're gonna have those problems there. Then you go out into the world and then you end up using those same skills. See, I'm trying to keep this all tied together. Am I still doing all right? I think you guys are understanding that the problem that you have in your life has nothing to do with the people outside of your life. It's how you've been brought up and taught. Did somebody have the care to be able to break the chain to be able for you to move smoother in the future. Now see, now I got y'all second guessing shit. Now you over there like, mama, you know what? You kind of fucked that up. Yes, you did. Daddy, you know what? You really ruined me. Yeah, he did. Now for the ones who have moved on and done better things and you have supportive parents, then you understood that they understood the process. They didn't just give you away to the next person for them to deal with. Hold on. Because some of you have been shipped off to the next bidder all because mom and daddy are tired and they done fucked up so much that they can't repair it, which shows you that they're not good with fixing shit. Now, that means that they'll go on the line and start covering shit more than fixing shit. Now, how many of y'all are in that position where your parents, you know now as you're older, has covered a lot of shit from you, but they're not really good at repairing or fixing anything or making anything right? Now, for the ones who feel like that, you could probably say to yourself, and it all would have been good if it would have just been a good conversation, a starter conversation, right? Nothing that it involved no money, but some of you that they had to fix it by buying you everything under the fucking sun. It still didn't work, did it? Because you start realizing that it ain't about the money and it ain't about all of that. You just realize it just took time. Oh yeah, that same time that was supposed to be used to advance you, to make it easier. I never said that these people had to have the same experience as you. I didn't never say that. But they would prepare you in a smoother way. They would make you a concrete rock. All because of what they did made you miserable and made you angry. What they did made you scared, made you fearful, made you terrified. I always use the example of my mom because I want to show y'all the transparency. My mama can't swim, I can't swim. And I don't even know if my sister can swim. She might, but I doubt it. But what I give my sister so much credit for is that she made it her business to make sure that my niece, my only niece that she's made, learn how to swim. Can I go in that water and save her? Nope. Right now, currently, can I save her? Absolutely not. But she can save me because, see, she moved that thing on. So now in the future, when my niece has children, they're going to automatically be taught and learn how to swim just from my niece alone. Do you understand how that works? But for me not knowing how to swim and the rest of the family, it should encourage us, which it encourages me. Because I said when it get warm again, we're going to make that thing pop. Then I'm going to go out there and I'm going to learn how to swim. Why? Because I understand that it's necessary. Because if I can't save her, what the fuck am I? What am I here for? See, it's the same thing that goes to your lineage. What are they there for if they can't have the willing notion to want to at least try? Some of you are just allowing parents and allowing aunties and allowing grandparents to just be who they are. I always use that example like in sports because I want to keep it tight. You know, I'm a Los Angeles Lakers fan, and the Lakers, they say, we're going to let Russell Westbrook be Russell Westbrook. Well, let me explain what Russell Westbrook is doing. It's not equating to wins. Just being who he is has got us at 500, 21-21 currently. Is it all him? Nope. See, but the media would say it's just him. See, but what I realize is that there's 1,000 people that he had to go through in order for somebody to say, hey, this ain't adding up. Coaches, general managers, owners. No one throughout the lineage said, hey, and the timeline, yo, we expect better. We don't care what we got to do. What we got to do, get you into the gym where you can get into a shooting coach? You got to be there a couple hours earlier? What you need to do? We need to sit down one-on-one and we go through these plays individually so you'll know exactly what you need to do? Do I need to send you somewhere else? Just think about that. If the goal is to win, more times than not when it comes to lineage, you won't see the dub, but you know you planted the seed. We can plant a seed for a tree right now. It will never be as big as the trees that we need right now. Even when we pass away, it'll be our great-great-grandchildren and understand why granddaddy or grandmama planted that seed in front of the house. A lot of you want to see results now. A lot of your parents want to see results now. A lot of your grandparents want to see results now. There's no way that some grandparents are doing mama's job. There is no excuse for grandparents to be doing daddy's job. Does that make sense? Real shit here. I told y'all I'd be giving y'all that real shit just off the dome, freestyle. We turn these microphones on, and I get in front of it. Pause. Which proves that we all have this in us if we just allow ourselves to think. A lot of our issues are already created. When we were born, we were already created with these habits, or we were going to be built to have these habits throughout the growing process. There is nothing you can do when you're a kid and your mama feeds you shit that you don't eat now. Most of you were forced to eat it. Now look at you. Not feeling as healthy as you should. So now you force yourself to be in the gym 3-4 times a week, all because it could have been avoided if we would have ate healthier before you. Shit. I want to snap my fingers. Can I? So when you think about this whole thing, the life that you live is about the next life. I'm not saying to your sky daddy, I'm saying the next life to your children. But first you should start with you. You should understand that you're gonna have those battles where you're trying to break chains and you're trying to break lineage habits. You're gonna have a lot of people with their nose snared up at you, not understanding why you're doing what you're doing. Because see, what happens is when you hold that shit in, I see a lot of mental shit going on with people now. Yep. Stress is an all-time high. Anxiety levels are fucking amazing. Deaths are crazy now. Suicidal deaths, by the way. Prison is at an all-time high. People would rather just go to jail just to get time to think. It's not a good thing. We got to get out of that because my daddy was this, because I'm going to be this. Even if it was successful. Daddy was a doctor, I'm going to be a doctor. Okay, well, be a different type of doctor. Be the one to take yourself out of being that doctor as a worker that your daddy was for 30, 40 years and go get a business so you can have a practice so everybody now can do that and you can sit back. But you still got the skills. That's how that works. Because now your kid can take that practice, make another practice, and then go do another business, maybe in real estate. Because you're going to need the buildings for these multiple practices. Why not own them? Right? But if granddaddy was just in the factory, he's not going to understand why you are doing what you are doing. But it's up to granddaddy to understand from his son why his son is doing what he's doing. Supposed to have a teammate, not battling. Your parents are supposed to be your teammates, understanding the mission. A lot of you are upset with your family members because your family members are comfortable doing the same shit. And I've already told you guys, when you do the same shit expecting a change, that is called insanity. I can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit up. See, when you start valuing life the way I just broke this whole thing down, you start understanding when people around you are having the same issues. Now the question is, are they willing to learn or are they not? Are they just stuck being complacent? and what the habit is that's already been created. So let's go back. Some of you are just like your mother. Some of you are just like your father. Some of you are just like your auntie. Some of you are just like your uncle. Some of you are just like your brother. Wonder why it's not hard for the other people in life to see what I just said. Again, thank you guys for listening. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that comments now. Let me know what you think about this episode. Hit the notification bell while you're there so you can receive all the new content. And as always, if you have a business, music, event, anything, holla at me. FlameGameTime84@gmail.com, because let's give them your flowers while you living. Do you feel me? And as always, love yourself, love each other, be mindful, and be wise. And before I go and take a sip of this natural juice, you know I'ma say, you know, peace and love.